Hello, friends. Do you know what a preconceived notion is? It is opinions that are formed without any proof or evidence. Or, in simple language, it's a stereotype. They are not backed by facts. For example, when you think of Ferrari, you think of speed. When you think of the Hilton hotels, you think of luxurious holiday. And these stereotypes are so engraved in our heads that if someone tells you a fact, like a Ford car beat Ferrari in one of the most prestigious races, Le Mans 24 Hour, as shown in the movie, you would still not call out a Ferrari for a street fight with your Ford car. There is one more such stereotype, and that is family businesses do not last beyond third generation. Let me repeat it for you. Family businesses do not last beyond third generation. This means that the wealth accumulated by one generation is often lost by the third generation. Or say the family wealth is often lost in 100 years. And just like the previous example, this is also just a stereotype. Because as per this McKinsey report, out of all the businesses in the world, 70 freaking percentage of businesses are family businesses. If we further look at some countries, 87% of businesses in the USA and almost 75% of businesses in India are family owned. So it is safe to say that family businesses are the cornerstone of a modern day society. So where did this three generation stereotype come from? I have just the right story that can explain this stereotype a little better. Gucci is considered as an epitome of luxury in the apparel industry. And this brand is now more than 100 years old. And last year, Gucci was listed as the second most luxurious brand in the world. But friends, what if I tell you that the actual story of Gucci is far from such luxury and flamboyance? The actual story of Gucci is that of greed, jealousy, deceit, tragedy, and murder. There are so many twists in this story that even a Hollywood movie with the Oscar-winning actors like Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, and Al Pacino could not justify the story in its entirety. I think the TV show Succession came pretty close to showing a twisted family business. But don't worry, I will tell this story with such ease that even if you are 14 years old or 44 years old, if you are part of a family business or intend to start a family business, or maybe you just want to learn how to navigate through one in 2024, this story will be crystal clear in your head. So, what is the actual story of Gucci? Interestingly so, why is there not a single Gucci family member associated with the brand today? What is the three generation curse of wealth in family businesses? And finally, as business students who might want to involve family members, what do we learn from the story of Gucci? Okay, like I promised, I will tell this story in the easiest possible manner. This is the Gucci family tree, which starts from Gucci, the founder of the brand. Now we will divide this family tree into these four chapters: Gucci Generation 1, Gucci Generation 2, Gucci Generation 3, and Gucci after Gucci. Chapter 1. Our story begins with a man named Gucci. Born in Florence, Italy in 1881, Guccio grew up in a family of leather artisans. But as a young man, Guccio wanted to live in a city, see the world, and so he moved to London and started working in the luxurious Hotel Savoy as a bellhop, someone who helps the guests at the hotel with the luggage. Now you might think, what could a bellhop possibly learn about luxury? Well, surprisingly, a lot. Friends, there is this famous quote by Helen Keller: "The only thing worse than being blind is having a sight but no vision." As Guccio noticed how the wealthy dressed, how they traveled, and most importantly, the fine leather goods they carried, like the meticulously crafted luggage, handbags, and accessories, it sparked an idea in him. See, these items weren't just bags, they were symbols of status, wealth, and sophistication. So after years of working at the same hotel, Guccio returned to his hometown Florence in Italy and decided to create something that would blend the traditional artisanal skills that he grew up with and the luxury he had seen abroad. In 1921, he opened a small shop in Florence selling finely crafted leather goods such as luggage, saddles, and accessories. Now his products quickly gained popularity due to their quality and style, and the Gucci brand was born. Guccio's vision was simple: create timeless, beautifully crafted leather goods that represented the finest of Italian craftsmanship. But he also had another vision: to keep the business as small and under control as possible. In fact, until 1953, there was not a single Gucci store outside of Italy. Cut to the second generation of Gucci. Now, while Gucci wanted to keep his business as small as possible to ensure the highest quality, his kids, particularly his three sons, Aldo Gucci, Vasco Gucci, and Rodolfo Gucci, did not share the same vision. In fact, the same year 1953 that Gucci passed away, the brand opened a flagship store in New York, marking its entry into the American market and positioned the brand as a major player in the luxury goods industry. For the next few years, Gucci continued with an aggressive expansion across the US, UK, and other European countries. And while the brand was bullish on international expansion, internal rivalries began among these two brothers, Aldo and Rodolfo. Now, to put it simply, Aldo was the visionary businessman and the man responsible for the extensive expansion of the brand and international success, while Rodolfo was the creative soul who wanted to ensure the brand's exclusivity and its artisanal roots. The third brother, Vasco, was the quiet one. Neither was he a critical player in the expansion of Gucci like Aldo, nor was he a creative person like Rodolfo, but he ensured companies' daily operations and production process in their home country, Italy. Now again, while there was some friction between ideology of Aldo and Rodolfo, the global perception of the brand was rising as the top brands of the world. In fact, the complementary ideologies of the brothers kept the business successful, exclusive, and up to date on daily operations. Cut to the third generation of Gucci. You saw how I highlighted the first generation as in Gucci with the color green, second generation with the cautionary color yellow, whereas the third generation with red, the symbolic color of danger. Now, Vasco Gucci died in 1974 and both the brothers inherited his share and divided the business 50-50. But things became even more complicated after the involvement of the third generation of Gucci's. While we hear a lot of stories about bad blood between brothers, Gucci's took the term twisted family one step further with bad blood between father and son.
The truth is that my father is a malignant presence, a bully and a liar.
That's right. Aldo's son, Paolo Gucci, was also an aggressive and ambitious businessman. He also had plans like his father, and he was even more rebellious and often had ideological clashes with his own father. In one such incident, Paolo launched a line of products even after opposition from his father and the entire family. Now, in order to stop Paolo, they sued him. A furious and angry Paolo reported his own father to the American government body IRS over tax fraud and sent him to jail. Aldo's own son sent him to jail. Now, while this entire drama played out here, Maurizio Gucci inherited his father's shares after his death in 1983 and quietly expanded his influence over the brand. So while Aldo was in jail and his sons quarreled within themselves, Maurizio became the chairman of Gucci Group after a 6-year-long legal battle in 1989. But while Maurizio won the Game of Thrones, he did not have any professional business acumen. You see, Maurizio was the only son of Rodolfo and he had enjoyed a lavish, sheltered, and a comfortable lifestyle, and he was completely unaware of the daily operations of Gucci, let alone lead the most luxurious brand in the world. So the entire business started crumbling down left, right, and sideways under his leadership. The three main reasons of Maurizio's failure to lead Gucci were a lack of strategy and business acumen, unlike his uncle Aldo, a lack of creativity, unlike his father Rodolfo, and the ever-growing internal conflicts. Now, by the early 1990s, Gucci was in serious financial trouble, and its reputation had been tarnished by the family's internal feuds and Maurizio's mismanagement. The luxury market was evolving, and Gucci was struggling to keep up with its competitors like Louis Vuitton and Hermes, who were better positioned to cater to the changing demands of wealthy customers. So finally, in 1993, Maurizio Gucci sold his stake to Investcorp, a Bahrain-based investment company who had already acquired a stake in Gucci back in the 1980s. This is how the Gucci family had a rather tragic end, with the Gucci family's separation from the company in 1993. Now, after the Gucci family separated from the brand, these two individuals were hired by Investcorp, Tom Ford and Domenico De Sole, and they were solely responsible for turning around the fortunes of Gucci brand. Now, while this outrageous story of Gucci family is true, Not all family businesses end up like this. The Rockefeller family of the USA has been the wealthiest family in history for more than 6 generations. Some other popular brands like Walmart, BMW are generations old and yet stand tall as rock solid family businesses. So, it is important to summarize what we can learn about conflicts in a family business from the Gucci case study. First, clear succession planning and leadership development. Ensure that the future generations are properly groomed for leadership and equipped with both business acumen and hands-on experience. Now in the Gucci case, Maurizio's lack of business strategy and operational experience led to the company's downfall. In one of the failed business strategies, Maurizio wanted that by making Gucci even more exclusive and even more luxurious, he could attract a wealthier clientele. However, this approach alienated many of Gucci's existing customers who were used to a more accessible kind of luxury offering. Now, the brand's shift in direction under Maurizio was too abrupt and it failed to resonate with the customers. Moving on to the second lesson, align your vision across generations. Ensure that the family shares a unified vision for the business and its future growth. Now, while a business strategy may need to be updated with changing times, a vision set in stone will ensure that the business does not face losses even during the toughest times. And lastly, separate family from business conflicts. Easier said than done. If you are in a family business, there are bound to be conflicts that may not clearly be distinct as business conflicts or family conflicts. In such scenarios, allow professional managers or neutral advisors to oversee operations and mitigate personal conflicts. Now, after the Gucci family separated, these two gentlemen, Tom and Dom, who revived the brand, had similar complementary skills, just like Aldo and Rodolfo. One was a business strategist and another was a creative director. So, a difference in opinion is a good thing, and people with complementary skills build a better business than those with the same set of skills. That's all from my side, friends. If you like this case study, please press the like button to keep me motivated. Comment what your thoughts are about this case study. Share it with your friends and subscribe to watch more awesome content from the Better Company. Thank you.